Welcome to the FactoryCat video number 2 of a 3-part video series. Video number 2 is designed to give you, the user, the information needed for a detailed overview of your Micromag scrubber. To access the batteries and the internal components of your Micromag, first lower the handle column to its lowest setting as demonstrated here. Next, release the 2 tank clips located on the right and left side of the tanks as shown. Once this is completed, open the solution port and with your hand placed in the port, gently lift the tank back as shown here. Note this should only be done with the tanks empty. Once your tank is open, it is important to inspect your battery packs to make sure there are no cracks or leaks. Note it is important to use proper safety equipment when working with lead-acid batteries. Remove the battery caps or covers of your battery pack to ensure that there is proper water level in each of the 12 battery cells. It is important that each cell is topped off to 1/8 inch below the vent well using only distilled water. Once this is completed, check all battery terminal connections to ensure that they are properly tightened to the battery terminals as demonstrated here. The water flow of your Micromag feeds from the rear of the solution tank forward to the scrub deck assembly as shown here. The solution enters through a control solution valve and then into a 400 mesh solution filter assembly as shown. This filter is easily serviceable as demonstrated here and should be cleaned on a weekly basis. Once the solution leaves the filter, it enters the on and off solenoid and then directly to the scrub deck assembly. To access your scrub brush or pad driver, gently lean your Micromag back as shown. To replace your pad, simply unscrew the center lock assembly as demonstrated here. You can also hold the center lock assembly and spin the pad driver assembly itself for a quicker pad release. To replace the pad, simply realign the new pad and reinstall the center lock ring as shown here. Note, make sure that the pad driver retainer ring is completely installed. The pad will have a concave look when properly installed. To remove your pad driver or brush assembly, spin the pad or brush hub until you find the spring release clips. Once found, pinch the clips to remove the pad driver on the brush assembly as shown here. For a reference point, the release clips are shown here from the top of the brush assembly. The pad driver or brush assembly consists of the spring release clips, the gimbal mount assembly that allows the pad or brush to operate smoothly on the most uneven of floors, and finally the shower feed ring that evenly distributes water through the scrub head assembly. To replace your brush or pad driver assembly, align the gimbal mount to the driver assembly and press up until the spring clips open and secure the brush and pad assembly to the driver mount as demonstrated here. When closing your tank assembly, make sure your tank clips are out of the way of the closing tank to prevent possible damage to the clips themselves. The water flow of your micromag moves from the scrub deck to the squeegee assembly, where the cleaning solution is vacuumed up, recovered by the squeegee, and placed in the recovery tank, as demonstrated here. Your micromag is equipped with a drain saver assembly that captures any debris that was recovered from the squeegee and places it in the stainless steel basket as shown here. This basket should be serviced throughout the scrubbing shift. Located on the opposite side of the recovery tank is the float shutoff assembly. The float shutoff is designed to shut off airflow to the vacuum motor when the recovery tank is full. This float shutoff is easily serviceable. When replacing, make sure that the clamp is completely tight to ensure that the float shutoff stays in place. Separating the recovery tank is the tank baffle assembly. This helps eliminate foam from reaching the float shutoff. It also steadies the movement of the recovery water during machine operation. Your micromag has a 10-gallon solution capacity, and it can be easily filled from the front service port, as demonstrated here. Your micromag can also be filled from the rear using a hose or a solution filling station. Located just under this is the solution sight gauge that allows the operator to know how much solution is left in the sight tube by the demarcation points located on the tube as shown. The tube also acts as an evacuation point whenever solution needs to be changed. Located to the opposite side of the solution sight tube is the black recovery hose. This hose is designed so that the operator can control the amount of water being drained simply by pinching the hose as shown here. The control column of your micromag has a 3-position adjustment. This will ergonomically fit to the height of any operator as demonstrated here. The control panel layout from the operator's left to right is the vacuum switch, the battery level gauge, the brush motor switch, and the on and off solution switch. Just above this is the handle assembly for raising and lowering your squeegee assembly. Located just below the left control handle is the blue water flow adjustment lever. When positioned all the way to the top, it is in the off position. When positioned all the way to the bottom, it is in the full open flow position. Adjusting the flow level to 1/3 flow will be the proper setting for most cleaning conditions. Located on the right lower side of the micromag is the scrub head raised lower pedal. To lower the scrub head, simply press down and to the right with your foot as shown. To raise the scrub head, just push straight down until the scrub deck is locked in the up position, as demonstrated here. Control panel layout, traction drive. If your micromag is equipped with a traction drive, it has the same features as the brush drive micromag as shown previously, with the exception of how to operate the traction drive. First, turn the key switch to the on position. When this is done, the battery indicator condition meter will illuminate and the hour meter will activate as shown. Located under each handle assembly are the spring-loaded motion buttons. When pressed, the self-propel motion will activate. Located under the right handle is the variable speed control knob. First turn the knob back to 0 position and then spin forward 1/4 turn when initially starting your scrubbing process. Under the left handle is the red reverse toggle switch. When pressed with the motion button pressed, the machine will automatically go in reverse until the toggle is released. Continue to the Factory Cat Micromag Operation Video number 3 of the 3-part video series. We're Factory Cat, putting the power of the cat to work for you.